Welcome, welcome, welcome. Episode 269 is finally upon us. Well, what a sports week it has been. I mean, it is so much going on. Where do I begin? First, let's get it out of the way. LeBron passes Kareem, becomes the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Congratulations. We'll definitely get into that. Last week we forgot to talk about the NBA All Star Reserve selection, so we're gonna have to bring it back that up. I hope I remember who was selected. Uh, you probably forgot, but this is the week of the Super Bowl. That's right, the Super Bowl is this week. You probably didn't. You probably forgot with all the NBA news going on, but yeah, NBA did a nice job hijacking the Super Bowl week, but the game still must be played. We'll definitely talk about that. Michael Irvin got some issues. Brett Favre got some issues. Sports talk all around. Episode 269. You guys been waiting on it all week. Well, the time is finally here. Let's begin. 269. Get started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL.
Started.
Our Rev and Armani are coming to you live from the East Coast, and we come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real
sports
knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, Coach, and Armani for episode 269 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, if Coach can get his camera right, we're going to go to our very capable numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone related to 269, and let us all pray that at least Rev, Red, and Armani were alive to see who he's talking about today. What you got for us, Coach?
All right. Good morning, everybody. I don't know the camera, but I'm going to go to a guy who was one of the NFL's best sack leaders. He played pretty much all his career with the Minnesota Vikings. He's the two-time sack leader of the NFL, and he's not in the Hall of Fame, I think but he'll be there. We're going with 269, and the 69 goes to Jared Allen of the Minnesota Vikings. Two-time sack leader, number 269.
I believe we were alive to see Jared Allen. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good pick, Coach.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's in keeping with football and Super Bowl and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for giving us somebody that we actually saw play. We appreciate it. We appreciate that, sir. We're going to pray for your camera to stay still. And your audio, man. Your audio, man. You can't roast these gentlemen like you getting ready to roast them if that audio ain't straight, man. So get that audio straight for us, Coach, okay?
Yes, sir.
We love you, sir. All right, man. How you gentlemen doing?
Good.
Fine.
All right. I know Armani's on cloud 9 because he got some talk that he want to talk about this week. Somebody, some gold information. Okay, I got you. Let's welcome Revenite Nation. Let's welcome Revenite Nation, for we know that the Red and Red Sports Show is definitely an improved show whenever Revenite Nation is actively involved in the show. So let's see who Revenite Nation is, or who's present in Revenite Nation. The VP is slamming down the gavel to begin another fire episode of the Red and Red Sports. So he said Coach stuck in portrait instead of landscape. We trying to work with him, man. Mississippi Muskrat Internet Service is failing, Coach. Once again. Sister Dana Brickus is giving us a Fly Eagles Fly emblem on today. Glad to have you. Even Lieutenant Sonar was alive to remember Jared Allen. That's for
right.
sure. That's for sure. And Sister Brickus says, hello. If there's anybody else representing Revenite Nation, feel free to chime in. But we know if the VP and Miss Brickus are in the house. That's enough to represent Reverend Knight Nation for they definitely give good sports takes. And he says, hashtag Reverend Knight Nation, powers activate. Sounds good to me, VP. All right, let's move on, man. Let's get right into our dope, nope, and cope segment of the show. And we'll start with you, Red, and we'll go around the horn. I'm going to start with Red this week. Red, what you doping on, sir?
Well, I had a few options. But I think I'm gonna give my dope to UConn this week. UConn lost 2 straight games this week. And from 1993 to 2023, they went that long without losing 2 straight games. So 30 years in between consecutive losses. UConn, Gino Emery, Gino, latest basketball. Man, that is dope. I mean, you talk about consistency, and even when you lose one, you bounce back the next day. That is an amazing feat. 30 years without consecutive losses. Man, would I ever be able to say that about my Hawks, Lakers, Hawks or Falcons? Good job, UConn ladies basketball. Ooh, I can't believe I'm giving ladies basketball a shout out, but UConn ladies basketball, good job. 30 years without consecutive losses. That is dope. There's no audio today. Hello?
Yeah, I got you covered. There you go.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
All right, Armani, what are you doping on?
I'm gonna dope on college football this week, man, because we have 2 teams coming to the SEC next year instead of 2025, or I think they were scheduled 2026 or something along those lines. So I'm happy that college football is expanding, SEC is expanding, so it's gonna get a little bit more maybe a little bit more competitive. With Texas and Oklahoma coming in the gauntlet, SEC gauntlet. So hey, I'm happy for college football, man. That's some good stuff right there.
All right.
I don't know if Texas and Oklahoma gonna be happy.
Coach, what are you doping on?
My dope moment is going to, since it's the Super Bowl on Sunday, we got a super game, and the women's college basketball decided to sneak it in right before the Super Bowl. Number 1 against number 3. That's South Carolina 24-0 versus LSU 23-0. Got a lot on the line in that one. Number 1 in the SEC, number 1 in the country, and 2 big ballers going to be playing Boston and Reese. So that's must-see TV. I know Vince will be watching.
Oh, yeah. And I am doping on one Rasheed Wallace, who's a man after my own heart. That man went into Philadelphia's Wells Fargo Center yesterday wearing a Chiefs jersey and a Chiefs hat in front of all of those fly Eagles fly fans, and he got booed, but he still represented and gave the Eagles the thumbs up and his Chiefs the thumb. I mean, he gave the Eagles the thumb down and his Chiefs the thumbs up. You gave me inspiration on what I need to do in church tomorrow. My man,
Okay.
Wallace.
Oh boy,
Awesome.
Okay, real. Well, that collection plate gonna be boy. I hope you got them bills paid this week.
Armani, what you got, man, for nope?
I'm gonna nope on the NBA for trying to find, I think, Spencer Dinwiddie for, I guess, his anti gay comment that he made, which wasn't really towards them. I just don't understand. Every little thing that these guys say these days is, especially against that community, they like to I just don't think that it was warranted a $45,000 fine. I just don't agree with that. So NBA, y'all got to do better, because I don't even think it was meant towards them when I was looking into it. So we got to do better, man, and just be fair. I mean, come on now. That's just unnecessary.
Coach, what do you noping on?
My note moment goes to, again, North Carolina basketball. I'm going to just stay on them until they decide that. Right. But they are now moved into bubble status almost. And when they get a blue blood goes into bubble status, there's something wrong with that program. And I don't
Yeah.
know who's playing. Flip a coin, maybe the coach, maybe the players, maybe all. But until they get bubble status, they're in trouble.
All right.
You have got to be kidding.
All right. I am noping on the Portland Trailblazers not doing their due diligence in disclosing the injury to Gary Payton, and now the 4-team trade that included the Atlanta Hawks getting Sadiq Bey is now in jeopardy. So I am noping on the Trailblazers. Be honest, man. Be honest. So now the trade is all predicated upon if the Golden State Warriors will accept Gary Payton's failed physical. If they do, then the trade will go through. If not, nobody will get anybody, and the Hawks really wasted an NBA trade deadline deal because now they won't even get Sadiq Bey, who they thought was going to help them. So you gotta be kidding me. Oh, come on!
Hey, Rev, at least to get the draft picks back.
For sure. I guess there's a bright side somewhere. What are you noping on, Red?
I'm noping on one, Pat Bev. Pat Bev, I guess he was getting so impatient with the Woj bombs, so he decided to tweet to Woj and say, "Come on, Woj." I guess he called Woj out. Well, guess what Woj's next tweet was? Pat Bev has been traded to the Magic. So there you go, Pat Bev. Nope for Pat Bev trying to call out Woj, but yes to Woj for sharing the news that Pat Bev has been traded. So this was a little funny incident, but Pat Bev, you got what you asked for, okay? So nope.
Epic fail.
All right, Coach. It's on you. What are you coping on?
I'm coping on Eric Bien because when Travis Kelce was asked at the Super Bowl, they asked him a question: how does he keep getting open all the time to catch all those passes? He didn't say his offensive coordinator. He said, Big Red gets me open. He said, Big Red schemes, and I'm always on because Big Red knows what he's doing. I said, ooh, your offensive coordinator had nothing to do with it. So I'm like, Eric Bieniemy, you are not being well represented for some reason by the Kansas City Chiefs. So I guess you better, I don't know if he said anything or did anything, but my coat on for Eric Bieniemy, this ain't going to help you.
All right, it's on me. I am coping on the fact that I have like zero interest in NCAA college basketball right now. And that's unlike me. It is so uninteresting. I can't even tell you one kid that's playing college basketball that is like a can't miss product to go into the NBA. Everybody's talking about the kid that's playing in was France or somewhere, but nobody's talking about anybody in college basketball. And it's a stretch trying to find one star in college basketball, even amongst the blue bloods. So college basketball is just in the dumps for me. And I'm coping on the fact that I am so uninterested in college basketball. Thank God for March Madness and NCAA brackets. Because without the brackets, there would be no interest in college basketball.
At least the kids will remain humble.
What are you coping on, Red?
I'm coping on. I think I'm coping on all of this technology now. Well, not me, but if you're going to be a sports analyst these days, you better be computer or tablet savvy because all this technology these analysts got to use on all these shows, I mean, tablets and computer boards and all that stuff, please take your computer classes in college and please know your stuff because, man, if you don't know how to operate that equipment, it's gonna be a long day. You trying to give us some sports analysts because you gotta know how to operate that equipment and everything. The tablets, the boards. You see on TNT, they only have Kenneth running back to the board because Shaq and Charles probably wouldn't know how to operate the big board. So please, sports analysts, take your computer course classes in college and please be savvy on all the technology equipment because you're going to have to know how to use it on any network. NFL, ESPN, all of them got them tablets and all of them computer boards. So please know your stuff. If not, these sports shows are going to be going over long. They're going to be going over long a lot of days.
Go to school, baby. Go to school. Yeah. All right, Armani, what are you coping on?
Today I'm coping with every Michael Jordan fan that's out there. And you know why. Y'all know why. I feel your pain. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, 9 scoring titles and still couldn't get the record, but it's all right. It's all right. Michael Jordan fans, just have a back seat for a while. Just have a back seat. It's okay. You know, it's okay.
All right. All right.
Yeah. That's where that tweet needs to go in the trash.
All right. Coach, did you cope?
Yeah, I'm out.
All right, so we got everybody in there. Let's go, man. Let's see what Reverend Knight Nation talking about as they dope, nope, and cope. I've seen some comments that have made me crack up a little bit. I think even one of my members took a shot at me, but it's all good. Good morning to you, Maurice Thrower. Glad to have you today, sir. Sister Brick is dope. Goes to Super Bowl. Mahomes and Hurts representing a first in Black history. The VP's doping on his Gamecock women's basketball team went up to Connecticut to break that home streak in Marquette. Followed up to give UConn those back-to-back losses, which Red was talking about. Maurice Thrower is doping on all of the new NFL Hall of Famers, especially Ken Riley. The VP says my Gamecocks are going to bring it home against LSU. I'll be in the building, Coach. Man, take a good picture, man, so we can see you in the house. That's going to be one of the best.
Yeah, Vince, we need to see some of these photos now.
Yeah, here it is. The VP said Rasheed Wallace apparently was always a Chiefs fan. Rev, he's brave doing that though. Rev had better invite Sheed to sit in the congregation. Said that collection plate is going to come up short on the lawn with that passer. Lord have mercy.
Oh, Rev, I hope you ain't going to have to come out your own pocket this week.
As long as my check clear, I'm good. They can hold back all they want to as long as my check clear. Note to the NBA fans for the 40,000 to Cam Thomas for saying no homo during a post-game interview. That's just lame. And that's the kid from Brooklyn. He's the new star of Brooklyn after this week. Then the Brick is saying, nope, 49ers players, not fans, still crying about sitting on the couch. Look at us still celebrating that win for Eagles over the 49ers. Okay, VP is in her amen corner. Pat Bev, bump you, Woj. Woj, hold my beer. Sister Dana Brick is coping on how to support her pastor when the Chiefs lose. Okay. Remember, I'm gonna make sure you're the first call on the sick and shut-in list after tomorrow.
Okay.
So just know that when the game is over, I'm coming for you just to check on the football sick and shut-in list. Okay.
And he will call you. He don't care what time it is. He will call you.
Tell him about Armani. You can testify. Vince, the VP said, should have said Eric Bieniemy. Eric is going to be working the concessions at Arrowhead Stadium when Andy. She said Debo and Jimmy Ward were included, I guess, in the crying about those 49ers losing. What's up, Joe Black? Joe Black is giving a dope that coach is not going to like.
Man, Coach's signal went out for that one.
Yeah, he couldn't even take himself out. His signal went out on that one. All right, the VP, Dane Shane, they're going to have to realize just because you have a great team this year, minus the QB, you may not be back in contention. They can't see the forest from the trees. And VP, now you the spelling guy. Now that I don't know if you spell trees like that. TRESS. Come on now. Come on
Oh, we got him. We got him.
Vincent, you don't mess up, boy.
VP.
Typing too fast, man.
Come on now. Be humble and respect the result of the game. They sound like the Orange Menace after the loss the White House in 2020. All right. Coach may not be with us for the rest of the show. You're right, Red. I do statistics for the Heat. We have to work with the tablets like they're shifting plates. The VP said Dana took a slight swipe at your Rev. I support on this notion. I'll share those photos and messages. Please do, man. We'll put it on the Facebook page, Red Rev Sports Show page. Maurice Thrower, to my relatives coming to my house for the Super Bowl party tomorrow. Pray for me. We got you covering you in prayer. Joe Black coping on the fact the whole presumption of innocence. Mike Irvin just removed from coverage just because of allegations. I think Red felt pretty strongly about that. Yeah. Oh, okay. The VP has covered himself. He got trees for Jerome Case. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, that's what you're doing? Okay.
And then,
well, no, that's right. Jerome did say that before.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
All right. So the VP keeps up with everything, man. The VP.
Man, I thought we had it. I thought we got it.
Well, that joker, he knows how to cover himself for sure. And Joe Black, Vincent said hello from YouTube. All right, man. That's so funny, man. What's up with you, brother Tony Jackson? So glad to have you on the show.
What's up, Tony?
On today. And then he said, nice try, Lieutenant Sunar. So man. Yeah, you know the VP gonna cover himself. So
he on it.
That joke on every mistake, and then will remind you of your mistake by making fun of your mistake. So he is a sharp brother, no diggity, no doubt. And just look what the wind blew. Good morning, Jerome Case, and this is just for you, Jerome. The VP had trees spelled just like that for you. Look, the VP said, that's what I do. Where's Coach? We're trying to work with his signal.
As usual.
You ready, Coach?
That's better. Okay.
All right. There he is, Sister Brickers. There he is. All right. And Mitchell White, what's up, man? My classmate from Mays High. Dope, my Celtics not trading Jaylen Brown for KD. Nope, KD putting Phoenix over the top to win NBA championship. Trying to cope with annoying Eagles fan. They're almost bad as Cowboys fan. Just imagine you getting it from afar. I'm in the
You gotta live there.
If you go to Philadelphia, I was in Philadelphia last night, everything is green. Yep. All the buildings are green. Yep. All the stadiums are green. I mean, it's so much green here, I'm going to vomit. And I know when I go to church tomorrow, since it's Jersey Sunday, it's going to be green mostly. Lord, have mercy. So
St. Patrick's Day up in there, boy.
I'm going to take some Pepto-Bismol just to deal with all of that green. All right. Now
turns out into a mini Ireland.
For sure. The VP said, Jerome, you know the routine. Stop by the dictionary and to yourself. All right, gentlemen, let's jump on in, man. We got some topics, and we're going to start with the biggest news of the week. It was not what was going on in Phoenix. It was not what happened at the NBA trade deadline, but there is a new scoring sheriff in town, and his name is LeBron James. Some may call him the GOAT. All right, so here we go, man. I'm going to start with Armani since he is a true LeBron fan in just a moment. Let me just give, we know it. Kelly comes in with her normal, hey, y'all, what's up, Kelly?
Hey, you would come for this discussion, wouldn't you, Kelly?
And listen, Ms. Brew, we're going to make sure you have a barf bag.
Thank you. I need one now, Miss Dana.
Oh man! So here it is. Great job, LeBron, aka LaQueen, and Red Rose. Eyes respect. All right, Damani. Talk about what the scoring title in terms of being the NBA all-time leading scorer means for LeBron James in your eyes. What you got?
Real, wake me when this is over.
I mean, I grew up watching LeBron James, so I mean, he's the greatest player in my era, and it's not even remotely close. I mean, when you think about the expectations he had coming into the NBA, and he exceeded those expectations, and then he gets to, oh well, you know, the MVP can't win a championship, you know, and then for his longevity, he's been doing it for the longest at the top of his game. And I still believe LeBron James is the best player in the NBA, even at this age. So, I mean, it's monumental. He took a great shot to pass Kareem. I mean, LeBron James is he's the greatest player in my eyes of all time. All time. Better than Jordan, better than Kobe, better than Kareem, all of them. He's the best player in NBA history, and it's not close. It's not close.
Wow, the youngster said it's not even close. Redder Coach, which one of y'all want to jump in and reply to what Armani had to say? Coach, jump in there while we got your signal straight. What you got?
I mean, he has done what most people didn't think he could do, or anybody could do. Now they thought this was one of those unbreakable records, but he came in and they called him the chosen one, and apparently he said, "I'm gonna live up to the moniker, the chosen one," and he worked at it. And hey, you can't be mad at him. Kareem was gracious. I know Kareem. He was gracious. I know he wasn't happy because nobody's happy when your record gets, but you are courteous, and you're gonna say, "Hey, congratulations to him." And hey, it happened. Good job for LeBron. Now the thing is anybody gonna catch you? Because he probably put up a lot more points, probably get to 40,000. So they're gonna start talking about the chances of catching. They talked about Luka. Said Luka might catch him, but I said Luka got to play about 30 years to catch LeBron, and it ain't happening. So good job for LeBron. But LeBron, I got a question, and Armani, I'm gonna ask you this. Since you're in love with him, well, you ain't in love with him, you like him. Why did LeBron sit down the rest of the game?
What you mean?
After he broke the record, he sat down.
He hurt his foot.
But his foot wasn't hurting before that.
No, he overexerted himself. I mean, it was
trying to break the record. Yeah,
he was trying to break a record. I mean, he's 38 years old, year 20. Obviously he looked in the stands and he saw all the folk were there, ready. His kids were there. All the Hollywood greats were there. So he said, tonight is the night that I'm going to break the scoring title. And therefore he overexerted himself because you knew he was going for the scoring title, especially when I think it was in the second quarter. He went out the game and he was only out the game for like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he went right back in. So it was clear he wasn't trying to wait till the fourth quarter. He was trying to get it out, done well in advance. And he overexerted himself. And he probably put too much on his body. And that's why he didn't finish the game. And that's why he didn't play the next game. He sat out against Milwaukee because he overexerted himself.
Apparently, the ankle, it's swollen. So he going to have to rest it. I think he going to have to rest it for a couple of 2 or 3 games.
I'm asking that because going forward, will this injury affect him for the rest of the year? Hopefully it won't. Well, or how long you think it's going to affect him?
I don't think it's going to be that long.
I think it was just he overexerted himself and his body just needs a quick break. There's been no report to say he has a major ankle injury. because since the Lakers made the trade, nobody said, well, D'Angelo Russell and the guys that came with D'Angelo Russell are going to have to play a little while without LeBron. I think it's just a short situation. LeBron's body needed a break after he overexerted himself, and there's a good chance he probably plays tonight against Golden State. Who knows?
Oh yeah, he's gonna play tonight. I think he'll play tonight.
I mean, we discussed this last week. He can't give it all. He can only really have one good quarter where he can go full string. And if he was going full string,
hey, she close said, "No, I'm gonna chill out."
Joe Black with the statement of the day. That's just like hold on before you go, Red. That's just like what Reggie Miller said on TNT. He said every time you see AD grimace, that's 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Street clothes.
Gonna be Go ahead, Red. Tell us your thoughts about LeBron passing Kareem.
It was an amazing feat for LeBron to score that many points to pass Kareem. I'll say that. Dang, I never thought he'd get that record. I never thought he'd play that long. I never thought he'd score that many points. Because coming into the game, he was mostly a pass first. Well, a guy that would mostly pass first. He really wasn't looking to score, even though he scored 25 his first game. He was mostly pass first, get everybody involved, had that Magic Johnson type game when he came into the league. So thinking of him being a guy that would break the scoring record, no, I never thought that. So, yeah, this is a very admirable accomplishment for LeBron. I mean, I never thought he'd get up there with Kareem. So, yeah, bittersweet. I mean, I can't even hate on this moment right here. I mean, NBA all-time leading scorer. So, it was an amazing accomplishment for LeBron. 20 years in the league, no major injuries. With all his accomplishments, you can just add that one to it. Definitely solidifies his greatness. I ain't got too much, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, so I'm not gonna be as ecstatic as Armani or as enthusiastic as Rev, but definitely something to acknowledge for LeBron James that he did pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, NBA's all-time leading scorer. You have to give him props for that. Can't deny that. Can't deny his greatness. Good job, LeBron.
Has he surpassed Kobe yet in your eyes?
Well, he had been done that.
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
LeBron was always going to be ranked higher than Kobe. Kobe is a copycat of Jordan, so you can't put Kobe above LeBron if LeBron's an original. Now, can you?
Okay, I like that. Now,
I like that.
Tell us. I don't think you believe LeBron is the GOAT. No. Am I correct? Who is the GOAT for you?
Well, I'm always going to have, if you ask me who I think is the greatest player of my time, I'm always going to say Michael Jordan. But personally, all of these guys, I told you, it's getting to the point where you can't even rank these guys because if you look, if you ask, it depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a guy from the 70s or the 80s, he's probably going to say Kareem, probably going to say Magic. So it's getting to the point now, it's going to depend on the age of the person that you're talking to, and that's going to tell you who they're going to think is the greatest. If you're talking to somebody from probably my age, me and Rev age, well, no, Rev, you're a LeBron fan, but yeah, an extreme Jordan hater too, Rev. Boy, you be coming up with stats on Jordan that I never even heard of. But most folks my age are probably going to be MJ fans because MJ was in his prime when we started watching basketball. If you're coach's age, you're probably going to like Kareem or some of those players in the late 70s, early 80s. Bill. Coach, I didn't say that, Coach. If you're Armani's age, of course, LeBron, maybe Kobe in his later years, but definitely LeBron is probably going to be the top player in your eyes. So, like I say, it's getting to the point where we just can't rank who's number one. But to say, I definitely say this: LeBron is a top 5 all-time player, and he's definitely one of the NBA greats. So, I mean, to me, that's about as far as I can go because, I mean, being one of the NBA greats is an extreme accomplishment.
All right, so I'm going
to definitely top 5. He's a top 5 all-time player.
I'm gonna make the argument that LeBron is the GOAT. I'm gonna make the argument. I'm in Red's era. Most of folk in our era, he's right, gonna say MJ, we know coach is extreme Kareem guy. If we limit the discussion to LeBron, Kareem, and MJ.
Okay.
Those are three, that's where we get most of the consensus. A lot of Kareem's success is strictly tied to Magic Johnson and Oscar Robertson. That's who he's tied to. MJ's success is mostly tied to Scottie Pippen, for he did not win one playoff series without Scottie Pippen. You call Scottie Pippen trash, weak, whatever you want to do, but the history books say that Michael Jeffrey Jordan did not win one playoff series without Scottie Pippen. So I'm going to rewind here my argument. So most of Kareem's success is tied to Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson. MJ's success is tied to Scottie Pippen because he couldn't advance past the bad boys when Scottie Pippen had a migraine.
Yeah.
He couldn't get out the first round
Yep.
until Scottie Pippen was drafted. I don't care if he only averaged 10 points. He didn't see the second round of the playoffs until Scottie Pippen came on the team. And LeBron's success is not tied to one secondary player. He won championships without Dwayne Wade, without Chris Bosh, without AD, without Kyrie Irving, D Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, AD, except for D Wade. I'm sorry, take D Wade. But the rest of them folk, ain't none of them won a championship without LeBron.
Oh, well, D Wade did in his.
That's why I moved him out. That's why.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
That's why I moved him out.
So I hope I'm glad, real.
so let me go on. Kareem had Magic and Oscar Robertson. MJ had Scottie Pippen. We can't gloss over the fact that LeBron, in order for his teams to win, had to be Magic and Kareem together.
Mm-hmm.
He had to be MJ and Scottie Pippen together because neither MJ nor Kareem ever led their team in points, rebounds, and assists all together in any playoff series.
Ooh.
Never. Points, rebounds, and assists, LeBron did it multiple times. And when we talk about LeBron's 4-6 record in the finals, we are holding his greatness against him because he took trash teams into the finals when he shouldn't have been in the finals. The first Cleveland team didn't have a chance to beat the San Antonio Spurs.
Nope.
The two teams that he took Cleveland to the championship the second time that lost to Steph Curry, KD, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green didn't have a prayer. And let's remember, it's because of his greatness. That's why Steph, Klay, and Draymond begged KD to come to Golden State to beat LeBron. But we don't talk about that in the 4-6 record.
Whoa, Rev.
We don't talk about that.
Rev.
We don't talk about that. Go ahead.
No, can I stop you right quick?
Go ahead.
Armani, have you ever been to Rev Church?
Mm-mm.
You seem like you have, because every time he say something, you start clapping and agreeing like that.
He embracing the truth.
And
The Bible said the truth shall set you free. We freeing some people today. We freeing some people today.
So, and here's the thing. People always say, it's just I just don't understand because LeBron had to make his own team. The only real competent GM two competent GMs LeBron has had is Pat Riley and the Lakers GM.
And that's questionable. And
man, if you're missing something great, you're missing something else. Michael Jordan had who as his head
Jerry
coach?
Krause.
As his head coach.
Phil Jackson.
The greatest coach of all time. LeBron won a championship with Tyronn Lue as his head coach. That's just a testament of how great LeBron James is. Not only that,
go ahead, Gamon. I'm sorry.
My bad. Not only that, they had to make teams to stop LeBron. The Celtics, Ray Allen, KG, Paul Pierce. The Golden State Warriors, KD, Steph Curry,
Clay,
the three best shooters.
And they still had Andre Iguodala, who was serviceable.
And Andre Iguodala, who was, serviceable. So it's just they made teams to stop him. It's like, if we don't form together, he's going to beat us. And let's not also say that, LeBron had a great team in Miami, but, D Wade was he in his prime then, we can say? Because D Wade.
The first couple of years he was.
Okay, I'm saying D Wade had several injuries that kind of limited him from his own self. So it's like LeBron, every team he's been on, he's put him on his back.
And let's look at that point right there. What is MJ's monumental victory? I can give you several. When LeBron's Cleveland team beat Detroit, who had just won a championship 2 previous years, when he had the likes of Delonte West, Boobie Gibson, Alexander Valeandro, whatever you want to say his name, Ilgauskas, Antoine Jameson, all those people who he beat the Pistons with. Then he took he came back 3 games and won against Golden State with Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Then he took that trash team the year after Kyrie left the Cleveland Cavaliers and beat that Boston team that had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, all them cats. And that's when he took that trash Cleveland team to the NBA Finals where they got thrashed against the Golden State Warriors. What series, you want to talk about MJ had the flu? Their team was much better than the Utah Jazz.
Much better.
Come on.
Yeah. They always had the better team. The Bulls have always had the better team.
Jeff Hornacek. And the Bulls had MJ, Scotty, Rodman, Tony Kukoc. All 4 of them are in the Hall of Fame.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr was that sharp. So 4 of them guys in the second three-peat are in the Hall of Fame. So why are we celebrating MJ beating Gary Payton and Sean Kemp? Is Sean Kemp in the Hall of Fame?
Nope.
Is Gary Payton considered better than MJ and Scottie Pippen?
No.
So we celebrating that, okay? Yeah, the Jazz had Stockton and Malone, but after that, we celebrating Greg Ostertag. We celebrating the guy that Jordan crossed over. What was his name, Coach? The black guy, Brian Russell?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's that great, huh? That's starting 5 right there. And then let's go to the first three-peat. Magic was out of his prime when they beat them. Worthy was out of his prime. When he finally beat the Bad Boys disassembled after that year because they were old. Mahorn would have left the team. Isaiah shortly retired. Lambeer shortly retired, so they were old. He beat Portland. The only major player they had was Clyde Drexler, who was the other Hall of Famer. Then Barkley, KJ was good, but he ain't no Hall of Famer. Darren Marley was decent, but my MJ always had Scottie Pippen. So when did he ever do anything as an underdog?
Never.
The only time somebody says when he beat Cleveland in the first round in Game 5, and that was against Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Larry Nance, Ron Harper, none of them in the Hall of Fame.
It might not get in the Hall of Ron Harper might sneak in there, but I don't.
Come on now.
It's been past time for his induction on money.
So I want y'all to hear me to say, yeah, LeBron played with a whole bunch of Hall of Famers, but he's been successful without them. That's my point. MJ has no success, no playoff series wins, no championships without Scottie Pippen. Period. You can't find me the series that MJ won without Scottie Pippen. So how can I consider somebody the GOAT when their greatness and success is all predicated on one guy?
Mm-hmm.
And that one guy won a playoff series without MJ.
Wait a minute.
He almost Pippen. I think they almost went to the. Almost went to the finals. I think they went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Tell me what's ridiculous.
Second round on
Tell
money.
me what's ridiculous. You can't handle the truth. Tell me what's ridiculous. Did MJ win a playoff series without Scottie Pippen?
Yes.
Nope. Tell me.
Yes.
When?
When he was with the Wizards?
No, he didn't. He
What? They didn't make the playoffs.
He didn't make the playoffs. I know it's hurt your feelings. I know the truth. You can't handle the truth. If y'all don't like LeBron, you can't handle the truth.
And then again,
come on, Tony, if you
go, Vincent.
And then it's
I don't want to hear
like
about no different eras. I don't want to hear about no different eras. The bottom line is, if you can win, you can win.
Basketball is basketball.
And if we want to talk about different eras, let's look at the competition MJ played against. Almost every two guard he faced, if we want to talk about eras, were non-athletic white boys. If we want to be real about it. If we want to be real about it, let's talk about the era. If y'all want to be real, Craig Elo, is he jumping out the gym?
Nope.
Jeff Hornacek, is he jumping out the gym?
Nope.
He played Seattle in the playoffs. Hersey Hawkins, was he a great leaper?
Nope.
These are the folk MJ abused.
Dana, y'all in trouble tomorrow.
Come on now.
Look, it's lunch money.
Talk after me. Y'all want to talk about eras? Look at all the athletes LeBron's had to face. MJ was the highest leaper.
Yeah.
You think MJ leaping over everybody like that now?
Not only that, Golden State, they had the best three shooters in the NBA on one team.
Who?
KD.
You were playing. Okay, I thought you were talking about Draymond.
Steph and Clay.
They had the best two shooters. It's just the level of competition LeBron had to face versus Jordan. It's not even
close.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
You can make you might have a case with that when he went against the Mavs team, which is the only series I'll say LeBron kind of
he wet the bed.
He wet the bed. That's the only series.
Ain't no kind of about money.
But let's put context to it. This is when he and D Wade were battling about whose team it is.
Dwayne Wade taught him how to win that series.
And finally, when Dwayne Wayne said, okay, let's talk about what Sister Brick said. We're not denying. Here it is. You enjoyed the Jordan era better. Now let me just say this. The Jordan era, I would say the players were more skilled. I won't deny that. They were more fundamentally sound. They had better basketball IQs. That's the era I learned how to play basketball. Okay, so I'm not going to deny that. Now, when we talk about athleticism, it's not even close. And really, what it made MJ is the fact that he was more athletic than most of the players. What players could hang in the air with him with his hang time? Nobody. Come on, man. Them little slow white boys he was dogging out. Come on, man. So MJ is a dog. Don't get me wrong, man. But, if LeBron, and then you want to say LeBron only got one scoring title, he's showing you in year 20, if he wanted to average 30, he could average 30.
And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
He's telling you. Okay, now here. Let me tell you, Tony Jackson. Here's the problem with your argument.
Uh-oh.
It could be argued. We're going to talk about two different games. MJ was playing in an era where most of basketball was one-on-one. If you tried to double a lot, there was a such thing back in the day called illegal defense, which is no more in the game. They have 3 seconds in the paint. A lot of teams could have slowed MJ down a lot more in this era than the last era because you can play zone now. You couldn't play zone back in the era that MJ played. MJ would have had to be a great three-point shooter in order to have really functioned in this era of basketball. Nobody can really play the 2-guard or the 3-guard position without being a proficient three-point shooter in these days. So if you want to talk about eras, MJ could have been double-teamed a lot more in this era of basketball.
Yep.
Because they can play zone.
And, I mean, again, going back to
hold on, right quick, Armani. Hold on.
Oh,
they doubled that. Okay, you could double team most of the double team. Let me help you out, bro. Let me help you out, because I'm a basketball enthusiast. I'm a coach out there. Most of the double teams happen if somebody was guarding the ball and they would dump it down to MJ in the post, and the person who was guarding the ball would double down. Now you can have centers play zone and double right there. The double can come before the guy even has the ball in this era. You couldn't do that back in MJ's era. That would be called almost illegal defense. Okay, so you're right. It's different eras. MJ would have had to be a much better shooter in this era to have established a lot of what he did back when he played. That's what I'm saying.
He probably had to be that Portland MJ, knocking them threes down.
Exactly.
Like what's going on here?
Exactly.
And also people will say, oh, well, LeBron wasn't able to handle the physicality of back in that era. I'm like, LeBron is 6'9", 245. He makes a living, punishing guys. I mean, he's that much of an athlete in his physical presence. It's like LeBron will be cooking those guys back then, cooking them. And if you foul him, he gonna make the shot anyway.
He ain't that great a free throw shooter now.
MJ wasn't who? LeBron or MJ?
LeBron.
Oh,
is not that good a free throw shooter.
Armani, you don't think the bad boys would have tried to rough him up a little bit?
Yeah, they would have, but his body. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah. MJ had to grow into his body. LeBron was like a physical specimen coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's a little different. 6'9", 240. I mean,
What you going
LeBron was a grown man in high school.
Really?
What you going
to do? And then getting bigger, that's just gonna help. Adding muscle to that young body.
If you don't like the facts, Miss Brickus, I understand you don't want to watch this show today. All right. I want anybody can feel free. I'll send you the link if you want to come debate me on this. But I think we have this fanfare for MJ that's a little bit overrated because, again, his success is tied to one player.
Well, I think
he didn't really have no great W's.
I know what it is. Rev. I know what it is.
Shoes.
Yes, you took it from me. Yes, that's what it is. The sneakers. I give him that. MJ sneakers are better than LeBron sneakers.
Okay, again, somebody said nobody feared LeBron. This is Jerome. Hey, a lot of folk would not have feared MJ if they had the rules that they have today. You had to play one-on-one basketball back in the day. So that's why you feared Jordan. How many folk would have loved to have to play LeBron straight up with basically almost no hope to help the entire game?
That's
Well, now, Rev, is that fair? I mean, since the rules were
that ain't
different,
even fair.
then it's kind of fair for him to say it, all right? Since the rules were different.
For sure. But
Yeah.
but nobody would have feared nobody would have feared Jordan as much if
Yeah,
they would have
today's game is
today's
different, but
game
yeah. Now,
because you get double more.
but now to Jerome now, I think some folks would probably fear that 6'8" specimen back in the day too now. I
Of
don't know
course.
how many, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
if you see LeBron driving down that lane, coming full speed, and it's somebody like me Armani standing out there going, hey, I'm stepping out. Hey, I'm stepping out the way. That's a business decision.
Good. Hold on,
Rev,
right.
I let Rev try to check LeBron.
Good point, Vincent. You're right. They did fear him because Golden State put a team together to stop LeBron. The Celtics, Danny Ainge, put a team together to stop LeBron. So yes, the GMs feared him. You're right about that.
Good. You're right. That's a good point. The GMs feared him, but these players, the players back in the day, were fearing Jordan. I mean, even before the game started, they used to ask him before the game, well, how do you guys think you're going to stop Michael Jordan today? Well, I already know if you can stop Michael Jordan, the only thing you can do is hope to contain him. Hope to contain him? What kind of soft answer is that? Dude, you better play Michael Jordan. Even if you can't stop him, you can at least say, we're going to do everything. Yeah, we're going to stop him. We're going to do everything we can. We got to go out there and play some ball. No, not before the game started our money. They already cowering in fear. Ooh, what are we going to do?
I mean, it was a red in their defense, man. You know, when you had to play MJ straight up, that was a tough task.
Yeah, tough task, but Lord, they was already scared before the game even started.
You didn't really have as much help back then. So if MJ was taller than most two guards, more.
Well, you said he had Scotty.
No. I'm talking about when you had to defend him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Talking about 1-on-1.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on, man.
And the thing I like about LeBron too, LeBron can play every position on the court.
What you expect me to say, Miss Dana? I can't butt in with all this LeBron talk going on. What you want me to say?
LeBron can play every position on the court. Jordan can't do that. Every position he can play. Every position.
You can't disagree with that.
And he's the best player at his position of all time, too. So, I mean, you know.
Well, some Bird fans might disagree with you right there.
Jerome.
The Bird fan, the Bird argument, I'm sorry, Rev, the Bird, I can't agree with that. Bird was a better shooter, but better player.
Now, Bird, they feared Bird, too, now. Bird was a dog, man. Bird, and that's because of playing one-on-one, because Bird could post you, Bird could shoot a jumper in your eye. I mean, that joker was cold, man. Forget him being white. That boy was cold.
Yeah, he was.
He was cold-blooded. But, I think we got to understand the fear is relative now. Because, again, you can help now in this era. Back in that day, you had to literally play MJ straight up. And that's a different ball game. I mean, think about how cold Charles Barkley was. Because he was athletic, big, could shoot, could handle the ball. He could back you down. So he was going to eat your lunch.
Yep. He was going to do that regardless.
One-on-one. Now, if you ever saw, Barkley was my favorite player at one point in time. Barkley would not have been as effective in this era because a lot of his points came off backing people down.
Yeah.
He backed down nobody no more.
Yeah, you got to be able to shoot.
They'll call 5 seconds if you try to back down on them.
Oh, man, for real?
Yeah. If you try to back down somebody, you'll start seeing the ref go 1, 2. Because Barkley would take 15 seconds backing down somebody.
Probably so, yeah.
That was his game, man. But we'll shift gears real quickly, and the reality is that debate about GOAT is going to be in the eye of the beholder. The good thing is the Lord has blessed us with great talent in almost every era. Now, I want to switch real quickly.
Okay.
If there's anybody you think that's playing the game now, Armani, you answered maybe Luka. Or was that Red who said Luka?
That was Red.
Oh, that was Armani.
Oh, no. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so Coach and Red, if there's anybody playing today who you think could pass LeBron as the NBA scoring leader, who is?
Nobody I can think of right now.
You got anybody, Coach?
I mean, you look at if Steph continues volume shooting, he probably the only one that can come close because he shoots a lot. He had the ball in his hand. So
Steph's injury.
His health not gonna make it, Coach. I mean, last 2 years he out for a month and a half last year. He out for a month this year, out for long. Yeah, I think Steph gonna wear down too. I think all these players. So you gotta think it gotta take a player with commitment, dedication, commitment to the game, dedication to his body, unselfishness. Like I say, it takes a lot to do what LeBron James does. I mean, as far as for getting his body ready for the season, the durability, and for me, the way a lot of these players coming these days, it's a lot of me attitudes. There's a lot of I got to get mine, and then the talent, the talent pool is not like it was back in the day. I mean, it's not that like what was Real saying earlier. He looking at the tournament and he can't find one American guy, one American star coming into the NBA next season that he can put his hat on and say, I can't wait to see that guy play. Well, if Real can't look at one guy in the coming 2023 draft, who is coming in is going? Nobody playing now is going to pass LeBron. Nobody has that durability. Nobody has that commitment. Nobody has the love and dedication for the game that I see in LeBron's eyes that's playing right now that I think can hang on for 20 years just to break that record. No, I don't see it. If I saw somebody, like say, you could say maybe somebody who can shoot threes a lot at a massive record, but even Steph Curry's health, injury-wise, and we don't know how passionate Steph is about the game. We know he loves playing. We know he loves shooting, but is he passionate about the game like that? And on top of that, he already has 4 rings. So he's so accomplished. I don't see Steph hanging on just to get a record or two later on down the line. I think when Steph realized that his legs and his ankles are gone, he's going to hang it up. He's got Aisha. He's got those kids. He's got the commercials now. He has a lot to look forward to after the game. So I don't see Steph hanging on. I don't see nobody playing these days. None of the top stars, Trae Young. I don't see. Y'all just going to have to realize LeBron, it pains me to say this.
Once in a generation.
He's just one of a kind. He's just that generational talent. He comes along once every 20 years, 15 or 20 years, and you appreciate him when he's here, and you miss him when he's gone.
Well, here's the one thing as we get ready to close this segment out. Here's the one thing that we cannot dismiss. The fact is, he came in a dog. He's leaving out as a dog.
Yep.
He came in averaging 20. He 20 years later averaging 30. You can't score that many points without being able to do it literally every year. And that's the difference between LeBron and most guys coming in the one and done era. They're not averaging the kind of points that LeBron came in averaging when he first came into the league. That's why if he stays in the league a little longer, and there's reports he's trying to stay in, until his son gets in the league, and that could possibly be as early as 2 years. He's still going, if he averaged 20, that's still a lot of points. So it's going to be almost impossible to get him unless somebody comes in their career balling for 15 to 20 years at like a 30-point clip. It's just going to be almost impossible. And the reason why I say I close this, that LeBron is the GOAT, because think about it. He could have done what Mike did, but he was passed first. There's nobody who can't tell me LeBron couldn't average 30 if he didn't want to. Because he's doing it in year 20. So if LeBron wanted to be scored first, he could have been that. So that's why when you tell me, Jordan got more scoring titles, it's like LeBron could have done it if he wanted to, but then on the flip side, Mike ain't nowhere near the career assist leader. LeBron number 4. So how many people was LeBron responsible for scoring? Plus, he did his own scoring. Who else can say that?
Nobody.
Well, was that Keith Sweat? Somebody said Keith Sweat? Nobody. Nobody.
I'm gonna leave it at this. We're gonna miss him when he gone. We're gonna miss him when he gone, man.
I won't.
Yeah, of course you won't. You won't, Red, but I mean, it's just like I said, I grew up when LeBron came in, I was like 8, 9 years old. So I mean, I'm not as old as you guys. I'm sorry, but you know, he's to see him come in, man. LeBron's first shoe deal, I got his first pair of shoes. So I was kind of hyped up over LeBron when he first came in, and ever since then I've been following his career. So
yeah, but most folks your age, that's how. I mean, like I say, he's the best in your generation.
Yeah, the best. Yeah, easily the best player in my generation.
Now, like I said, you're gonna have folks. You're gonna have fans in the '80s that's gonna argue Bird. Now I don't know anybody before Bird they gonna argue, but yeah, definitely it's LeBron and I mean top small forwards in my generation are LeBron and Larry Bird. So I mean it's either one of those two. Anybody else you bring it up, I ain't gonna even listen to. So.
I hate that Dr. J ain't in that category. Doc wasn't better than Bird, though. I used to hate that too, man.
Oh yeah, I gotta go Bird over Dr. J. Now I get Dr. J athleticism and dunks, but Bird overall.
Dr. J flashy.
Yeah.
I mean, when he played with the Wizards, Mike was still averaging 20. He was still averaging 20. You know, he did well. All right, gentlemen, that was great conversation, man. We're gonna pause for halftime and then we'll come back with pretenders or contenders. We'll go ahead on and finish the second half of the show, if y'all don't mind. So let's go right into halftime. We thank y'all for listening to our Dope Note Coat. Also, the LeBron talk. We got some more basketball stuff. We got 5 for 5. Then we got the Super Bowl picks. So hang out with your boys for the second half of the Red and Red.
I forgot about the Super Bowl.
We'll be right back. And we are back on the Red and Red Sports Show after halftime. Had some great talk. Let's see. We got some comments. Facts Armani, LBJ is a general talent. We will definitely, using a euphemism, coach, miss him when he's gone. He's been carrying the league for better than part of 20 years. Y'all forgot why LeBron wore 20. He admired LeBron, no doubt about it. My MJ. He admired MJ. One thing I did like about what LeBron said was, I had to play my game. He didn't take a page out of Kobe and say, I'm going to mimic everything about Jordan, because Kobe was like
replica.
MJ Jr., you know, no doubt about it. They ain't forget, it just hurts too much to say. No, LeBron wore 23. He also wore number 6 twice too. And I would like to say it's probably because of Dr. J. I mean, come on now.
I think they need to just go ahead and retire 23, so folks can stop getting confused. Let Jordan have his little number, because all these guys coming in trying to wear it ain't gonna be no Jordan. They ain't gonna play like Jordan. They not gonna be Jordan. So don't wear the number because you're not him. And as far as LeBron's 6, well, you can let LeBron have 6. That'll be his number. Jordan can have 23. Kobe can have 24 and 8, and so on and so on.
I think LeBron and Kobe messed up their iconic number status by changing their numbers. Because I think
Maybe.
if Kobe had not changed from 8 to 24, especially after he died, there's probably a good chance that they may have retired his number 8, because that was an iconic number, because nobody had ever worn a number like 8. So I think Kobe might have messed himself up, because 8 could have been retired across the board, and then LeBron keep changing from 23 to 6, 23 to 6. That that didn't help him in terms of his number being iconic.
I give our Lakers credit for retiring both of the numbers though, 24 and 8.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. We know that a lot took place this past week at the NBA trade deadline. There are too many trades to mention. I mean, they had some blockbuster trades. So this is how we're going to do it.
And some Hollywood video trades too.
For sure. So before we talk about who's the pretenders or contenders, tell us the best trade you think that was made this past week and why. All right. And every team in the NBA but 3 teams made some type of trade. That's unheard of in this day and age of basketball. So, Red, I'm going to start with you, man. What trade was the best trade in your eyes?
Honestly, it had to be the Durant midnight trade. I mean, late at night, Kyrie had been moved. The Lakers had made their deals. The other teams had made their deals, and we thinking, okay, well, that's it, y'all. We're looking forward to Thursday being a trade deadline, so we'll get up in the morning and talk about all of these. And next thing you know, or a little after midnight, you hear Durant to the Suns, and you like, wow, Durant to the Suns. After all this, the Suns are getting back in, and the Knicks have completely just given up. They just imploded their team and moved Durant out. And the fact that it was a quiet trade request from Durant, that's very respectable. You can tell that the Knicks have the utmost respect for Durant, and not that much for Kyrie, because they obviously, Kyrie wanted to come to the Lakers, but they sent him to the Mavs. Durant knew his destination was the Suns, and they sent him there. So I have to say that Durant was probably the best trade overall, because he was the best player move. So he had to be the best trade.
Coach or Armani, do you all disagree with Red?
No, because I mean, it's hard. It's gonna be hard if Durant can get healthy, Chris Paul can stay healthy, and if Booker can stay healthy. I mean, that's just hard. That's gonna be hard to beat. Now, the only thing is, like they said, not much bench play, so they're gonna have to kind of rotate in and out. But when they're on the floor together, it's gonna be interesting, because they all can shoot. They all can shoot. But Durant, he finally, he can take the Robin seat and let Chris Paul be Batman.
Coach, do you disagree that was the best trade?
Not really, they better hope nobody gets hurt the rest of the year. When you turn and look over toward the bench, you're gonna see nobody. Like, we may be in trouble.
Oh yeah, and I forgot about. I'm sorry, Ayton. I mean, man, that's tough, because I mean, he is a force to be reckoned with in the paint. I mean, he as a rebounder, it's gonna be hard to beat that. Like I said, they all can stay healthy, and if Durant can, look, that's Chris Paul's team. We do what he say and shut up.
That's the best thing for KD, is that they actually have a leader.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to be the leader. Obviously, CP3 will be the leader. I think what you mentioned, Armani, you mentioned a lot of ifs, right?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
A lot of ifs.
I did.
Because we know Booker, we know KD, we know CP3 are all injury prone. And then
And then DeAndre Hayden, he just going along for the ride. He ain't no dog.
Like Ayton is not a dominant player, but he could be more dominant because of the guys that they have in CP3, if healthy, Booker, if healthy, KD, if healthy. Because to Coach's point, their bench is depleted.
They're looking over there.
Like we might be able to suit up. I mean, they're bit like. I mean, if you count on Cameron Payne to deliver you, brother Craig, and it's not Jenny Craig, but brother Craig who's on the roster. Yeah. I mean, come on now.
They're gonna have some G League players have to bring up.
And see, that's the problem when you got 4 max players. Because you're dependent upon all of them to be healthy, and 3 of them have already shown the propensity not to be healthy. Sister Bricker said, "Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play."
I would, if I was them,
you good for 10 points, Miss Dana. But, what you say, Armani? My bad.
I said I would have hired the best team doctor that money can buy.
Well, they got now to be honest, they got a good training staff in Phoenix.
I mean, they stretched out Grant Hill's career.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They stretched out Shaq's career. Remember his old butt went over there. So they got one of the best physical training staffs in the NBA. That is no doubt.
There's no doubt about that.
As a matter of fact, they probably remember before Chris Paul got there, real. They probably spent more money on their physical trainers than the players on the team.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Coach,
you look on the flip side of the trade. The Brooklyn Nets ain't assembled a half-bad team over there.
The Brooklyn Nets have actually, for the way the East now is no longer very dominant, because if you take the Celtics and Bucks, then we could throw the Sixers in there, then the Cavs would probably be under the Sixers. They could easily be a top 6 team. Mm-hmm. Because you got the boy Cam. They got Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, ain't no slouch. Cameron Johnson can shoot the rock. You know, they got a bunch of role players, but they got enough across the board. Finney Smith is not bad. So I can see Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, I can see the Nets being the 5th. I mean, you know, whatever. But anyway,
y'all was doing good till you said that.
He's on the team. We can't deny that.
He's on the team.
You know,
I'm sure the Nets want to deny it.
Sure. So they could easily be the 5th or 6th seed in the East. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how the Hawks are seeing, because now that the Nets are no longer the Nets, they should be able to make some movement, because they have probably, you know, after the Cavs, they probably have the next best roster.
Yeah.
So they should be a 5th or 6th seed before it's all said and done.
Now is that with or without Sadiq Bey?
I say with or without.
Okay.
I mean,
I agree. The Hawks are a disappointment because they should, you're right, Red. They should be a little bit higher than they are right now.
For sure. I mean, because you look at their backcourt, DeJounte Murray, Trey, solid. You know, Hunter's decent. You know, John Collins, decent. Capella, then you got the shooters off the bench. You know, they have a good roster.
I like Griffin and Johnson and Bogey off the bench.
I mean, they got a solid bench. Like, their roster is better than Brooklyn's now.
And my vet, Rev, how about our bench is better than Phoenix?
Agreed. It's not even close.
Rev John Collins wiped his forehead again, saying, "Thank you, Lord."
Oh man, because he was out. They were about to send him to Phoenix. All right, so let's do this real quickly. Let's do this real quick. We got pretenders or contenders. We got the trade, so we know KD goes to Suns. We know the Lakers got D'Angelo Russell. We know the Mavericks got Kyrie. The Celtics stayed pat. Oh, they did have an upgrade. They got Mike Muscala. Good shooter. Good shooter. as a stretch 5 to add to their center depth.
Oh, and add the Bucks.
Okay, we'll add the Bucks
Jay Crowder.
with Jay Crowder, and they already got a good roster. All right, so here we go. These are short comments, yes or no, and why, and just one sentence. All right.
I try
Yes,
real.
no, and why. All right. Here we go. Contender. Oh, I'm sorry. Not yes. Yes or no. Are they? No, I'm sorry. It's pretender, contender. So answer pretender, contender. One sentence. Why? All right. First one. Suns. Pretender, contender. Red.
Contender.
Why?
Because I mean, they got a top heavy, they got a top loaded staff, starters, and all they need to do is stay healthy, and they ready to rock.
Red. Armani. Suns. Pretender, contender. Why?
Contender for the same reasons Red just said, and CP3 is their leader, and I think he can be the leader that can win them a championship.
Coach. Pretender, contender. Suns. Why?
Contender because they got gunners.
All right. Armani, on you. Lakers, contender or pretender, and why?
I'm gonna say contender. Because LeBron, for one, and for two, he has shooters around him that can kind of help him and ease those minutes. So contender.
Coach, pretender, contender. Why with the Lakers?
Pretender because they need time.
I'm about to say you said pretender because Westbrook is no longer on the roster.
No, they need time.
I'm just messing with you, Coach. I know that's a sensitive topic for you. Let me not say that. Red, your team, pretender or contender? Why?
You might be a little shocked with this. I'm gonna say pretender. Look at what Coach said. We may not have that much time left. We on a 3-game losing streak. So I'm saying pretender now.
One sentence.
Pretender.
Pretender. All right. Coach, Mavericks with the addition of Kyrie, pretender or contender? Why?
Pretend because Kyrie and Doncic gonna fight over the ball like Will and Carlton in the Fresh Prince.
Red. Mavericks, pretender or contender? Why?
I'm gonna go contender because I think Kyrie needs to be a little cooperative and on his best behavior these last few months because he's seeking a contract. And Luka, you finger back his finger in.
One sentence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pretender because I think Kyrie needs to be on his best behavior and Luka will accept the help.
Armani, Mavericks, pretender, contender. Why?
They went to the Western Conference Finals last year with Luka, and so I'm gonna say contender because Kyrie makes them a better team, as far as shooting. So I'm gonna say contender.
Celtics, they had bench help with Mike Muscala. They did get an injury with Jaylen Brown, who's gonna be out a week or two. Will that affect them? Pretender or contender? And why, Red? Celtics.
Celtics? Oh, Celtics are a contender. Because they have one of the best teams playing right now. Now, hey, Red, why you make me say this, man? You know I hate the Celtics. They're a contender because they're a good team right now. With or without the move, they was always a good team. Mitchell, you better be watching.
Armani, Celtics, pretender or contender, and why?
I'm gonna say contender because of team chemistry.
Chemistry. Coach, same question, and why?
Contender because they're quietly dangerous.
Okay, quietly dangerous.
I hate that green garbage.
The Bucks with Greek Freak. They get Jay Crowder in a trade. They ship out George Hill in a trade.
Oh,
pretender or contender? The Bucks, and why?
I'm gonna say contender because they still got Giannis. Is Middleton still there, right?
Yeah, he's hurt though.
Crap. As long as they got Giannis and they got the core role players there, then I think they'll be contenders. They'll be up there.
All right, Coach. Pretender, contender. Why with the Bucks?
Contender. Watch Drew Holiday down the stretch.
Okay, contender or pretender, and why the Bucks? And you see, you spoke up, Mitch, and there he is.
Gonna come, it's like Celtics, like a magnet for him. I bet you heard me talking Celtics all the way over there in Hateville, Mitchell, did you? Anyway, you got a good team, so I have to be realistic on the show, or else folks ain't gonna respect my sports opinion. So you got we on the Bucks. Anyway, shut up, Mitch. I'm talking about Milwaukee right now. The Milwaukee team is gonna take y'all out the playoffs. So Rev, they are a contender. Why? Because they're going to beat the Celtics. That's why. And they got Greek Freak, and he going to beat the Celtics. So, contender, Milwaukee. Did you hear that, Mitchell?
All right. And I think all of the teams above, except maybe the Lakers, are contenders. I don't give the Lakers contender status because I think it's too late to make up a lot of ground. They're going to probably be in the play-in game. I think if this trade had happened early in the season, they might have had a better shot. And then also, you're banking on two players to be the centerpieces who both have the propensity to get hurt, AD and LeBron. Unless these guys that they're bringing in can hold the fort down and allow LeBron and AD not to have to play a lot of minutes, then I don't see the Lakers being a pretender. But they got to play in the playing game probably, and that's going to hurt them.
Hey, Red.
Yeah.
And they got a gauntlet coming up with the Warriors, the Trailblazers, Pelicans, Warriors, the Mavs, the Grizzlies, and the Thunder.
Yeah.
A gauntlet coming up.
So these next few games will probably determine if they'll be in the playoff contention. Now, Coach, I'm gonna just ask this specifically to you because this is your guy. Your guy got traded to the Utah Jazz. It stated that he'll probably be bought out. For those who don't know, Coach is a huge Russell Westbrook fan. Where does he wind up? Does he wind up on a team that's a contender or pretender?
Well, you got interested. That's the Bulls, the Heat, and the Clippers. Paul George and Morris are lobbying big time for him. They said they add him. That'll help. The Bulls, I don't know if they're not a contender at all, so I don't know if he wants to go there. And the Mavs, not the Mavs, the Heat. The Heat are up there, but I don't know if the chemistry is right. So the way they're talking, they say Clippers, but you never know. Things change overnight. Everybody got a new report every day, so we'll see.
Well, I don't know if the Clippers is still a viable option since they got Bones Highland. They traded him from Denver.
They already said bid for him.
That's what they say, but once he gets on that court, it could be a different story. Because Bones can play. And I don't know if he always plays within the team concept, but Bones can play. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Westbrook.
What happened with him and the Nuggets?
Read that, Coach. I'm sure you have something to say.
See, first of all, Rev, what he's been doing all show, he's been trying to throw a little shade in there, and I haven't said a word. I've been quiet.
You've been quiet because I saw a couple of shots he's thrown at you.
I haven't said a word, and he think he getting by, but I got to
learn. Hey, he need to learn how to spell shot before he say anything.
Because if Rev, if you don't mind, scroll back up to his last comment way before this. Let me see.
Jerome, you finna get it now.
But Mavericks made the best trade.
Oh, I can't see it. If you got it, go ahead and pull it up.
It is. The Mavericks made the best trade because Kyrie wants to play for kid. Baby bread. What is a bread? And
I assume you would try to say bird, Jerome.
Yeah.
Boy, you need to learn how to spell, man. Or do your spell. You got the worst spell check on online history, man.
But Red, you said it earlier. if you gonna do something like this, you gotta know how to operate a computer.
Appreciate
Oh,
Coach bringing up my coat. Way to reference my coat, Coach. He got you, Jerome. Hey,
I ain't said nothing to him all show. I said nothing to him all show. You be trying to sneak it in. I haven't said nothing, so now here we go.
he probably felt you wanted to get some Westbrook talk in, Coach. That's why he messing with you.
I ain't said nothing, baby bread.
Oh man.
Baby bread, man. Jerome, man, you gonna get mad. Your shots ain't gonna mean nothing if you don't learn how to spell, man.
Oh man, he called him.
And he still coming. What is that? Old man. Oh, Lord.
Old Jerome, you better hope you get old.
Oh.
Spelling the way he spelling, I don't know, Coach. he might write a letter to the wrong person and they might misunderstand it.
Baby bread.
Hey, come on, man.
All right, Coach. So where would you want to see him play?
Obviously, the Clippers. You know, if he does the same thing for the Clippers, the Lakers comes off the bench if you have to. He's on a contender. I don't want him near the Bulls. The Bulls, I don't think the Bulls are going to be in the playoffs. They may make play-in as constructed, but they're in a free fall for whatever.
Are the Clippers really a contender, though? I mean,
Who?
The Clippers, are they really a contender?
I ain't saying they're a contender, but what are they now, 5th or 6th?
Yeah, they're right there. But, you know, I think with the addition, the trades that were just made, like teams like the Clippers and Memphis have fallen down the totem pole.
Yeah.
You see him?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if he don't get picked up by the Clippers, do you see him hanging it up soon or what?
He could possibly play for somebody said Utah. I said no, he'll never touch a court with Utah. So I mean, if he hangs it up, hey, Hall of Fame career over with. Look at Jerome. See, he got to keep coming back. I got plenty of room in this spell check. I got plenty of room. Glad you spelled all the words right.
I think, Jerome, you need to go look at what a turtleneck is, sir.
Moron. See, look at here.
That's a hoodie, ain't it?
That's a hoodie, yeah.
You talk about sports, please. Talk about sports and stay away from me.
All right, we're gonna move on, man.
I think
5 for 5. 5 for 5. We got 5 for 5.
Good segment, real.
5 topics, 5 for 5. We got one basketball topic and the rest of them are football. Gentlemen, you have 1 minute each. You'll be on the solo shot for 45 seconds. Once that 45 seconds hit, you'll be hit to the group shot. Once that minute's up, if you're still talking, you'll hit that mute button. We'll ask for Reverend Nation to give their comments. After the panel goes, we'll put their comments up. And then if there's any time left, Rev will add any additional comments or the panel will add any additional comments as well. So let's jump right into it. Let's get the music queued up so the VP will not put me in timeout. All right. We got 5 on it. Get ready. Get set. Coach, it's on you. I'm going to start with you, sir. NBA All-Star, reserves, and snubs. Your thoughts. What you got? Go.
One in particular, I'm glad that Pascal Siakam got named to the All-Star team finally, because people have
all right, Coach, we're about to come back to you. Your sound not right. Armani, what you got?
I mean, I think it's a good group. I think didn't they sneak on Coach's boy in there? Westbrook?
No.
He in an all-star game.
That ain't what I was reading. Hold on. My bad.
You didn't read that right. Keep going, Armani. Who got snubbed?
I mean, nobody really got.
Did James Harden, your guy from the Sixers, get snubbed?
No, he ain't get snubbed. He right where he need to be. Too bad my Sixers ain't.
Red, who got snubbed, man?
Uh, Even though I don't like how he's been playing this year, I'll give Trey Young a little love. I mean, the man still puts up his numbers. You know how you love numbers, Armani. Okay, well, his numbers say that he should have made the All-Star team, and that is a fact. So I'm using Armani's little style. Numbers and facts. And Trey is averaging 28 points a game, double-digit assists. Uh, and to me, for a starting point guard, I know his record not that good, but to me, those numbers for a starting point guard qualify for All-Star selection. So I know people are hating on Trey because of the behavior this year and his beef with Nate and all the drama surrounding the Hawks. But what they got to do with the All-Star game? Somebody want to see Trey play. I might want to see my boy play in a game that don't mean nothing, because the games that do mean something, he ain't doing nothing. So let me get an exhibition game and see if he can do something. But anyway, I'll go Trey. Other than that, our money is right. 1 2 minute snubs. They got it mostly right.
All right. So, Coach, you got anything? Your audio back up?
What's that?
Your audio back up?
Yeah,
It's still a little choppy, man. Rev, please make sure your hosts aren't used.
maybe.
Oh, Jerome, boy, you wild, man. You just gonna get Coach revved up again.
I mean, I let him go. You spell check. That's something you ain't mastered yet. Spell check.
Oh man, that's funny, man. All right, on to the day. We didn't really have nothing Rev Night Nation had to say. Armani, Michael Irvin's problems. He's had some allegations. The NFL Network has suspended him. What's your thought?
I mean, I think NFL did that to save face, to protect themselves, just in case he is guilty. But allegations are just that, allegations. He is innocent until proven guilty. So to suspend him off the network, I don't really agree with that. But I mean, the NFL is going to do everything they can to save their own behinds. So that's just, it is what it is.
I'm sorry, Red.
Rev, I'm gonna try to get this in a minute, man. But I hate this. These allegations coming around for men, and as soon as they come around, the networks or the companies just suspend the guys or discipline the guys with quick action without an investigation or any type of evidence being presented. That makes me really mad, okay? And Irvin, I think, got done real bad about this. I'm glad he's suing the person. I'm glad he's taking action on his own. But this all discipline a man as soon as the complaint is dropped without any investigation, without any follow-up, is becoming real ridiculous and absurd, and I'm getting tired of it. We have to make sure what is being allegated is actually correct, because you are messing with livelihoods and you are messing with jobs. You are hurting these men's reputation. And if they are innocent, they deserve the same respect and the same due diligence that you would do anybody else in a court of law. I'm getting upset about this. Oh, sorry. It's just wrong, Rev. And I think we need more time on this, but the junk is really making me mad. Good job, Michael Irvin, filing a lawsuit and standing up for yourself. Fight this.
Take Coach's minute. If you got one more minute, take Coach's minute.
NFL Network, ESPN, you guys are cowards, man. Just cowards. You gonna sit there and discipline a loyal employee because of an allegation? Relax. Let's do some investigation and evidence first. If you find them guilty, fine, fire them. But you just suspend them and send them home off one silly allegation, and all he said, it was a handshake and a 30-second or a minute conversation. Are you kidding me? And then if we find out it was something not even serious, you just suspended this man for a whole week, lost I don't know how much money on the Super Bowl, the week of the Super Bowl, for some straight BS.
All right. Red is passionate about that. And Jerome K said, Coach, your internet is brought to you by Food Stamp.
Oh, my God.
Leon Spinks, you ought to be quiet. I mean, come on, Leon.
Y'all crazy.
We need to do a show one day between Coach and Jerome.
For real. We ain't even bring Jerome on the show.
See this finger, Rev? That's what he using right there. One.
Coach, I thought you were going somewhere else with that for a minute, man. Hey, Armani. I really thought Coach was going somewhere else with that for a minute. Coach, I'm glad you stuck it to the computer.
He's probably the only dude I know that tried to use correction fluid on a computer. Face his mistakes with correction fluid, and then
hey, Coach, does he use that little whiteout stuff?
keep me on his
That was so crazy.
So use that one finger.
Hey, Jerome, try to enter sketch, Jerome. Just do like that.
All right, man. Let's get back on task, man. Let's get back.
His Baptist finger for a different reason.
All right, Brett Favre sues Shannon Sharp and a couple other reporters.
Yes.
Let's see, Greg, what's your thoughts, man?
Oh, here we go. Another moron, another fool. Brett, Lord, you were so quiet for months and months and months when the allegations were, everybody was talking about the allegations against you. You had nothing to say. And now, when you've been exposed, now when everybody's against you, now you want to come out and sue Shannon Sharp for defamation? Really? I didn't even know you've been exonerated. I didn't even know you've been proven innocent. I still think you better be worried about that case that's coming against you, Brett Favre, while you trying to sue Shannon Sharp for freedom of speech. You do know he has a network show. He gets paid to voice his opinions, Brett. Maybe you don't know what's going on in the debate world because you're too busy stealing money in Mississippi. But come back to the future, Brett. We pay people to discuss sports topics on a daily basis, and you stealing money from the Mississippi Welfare Fund is a topic to be discussed. And so you trying to sue Shannon Sharp for doing his job is completely absurd. Do us all a favor, Brett Favre. Get those folks their money back and go away.
Coach.
See, Fed, you messed up. You said case. The wrong thing you talking about. You messed up. All right, my hood gonna give that money back. I heard somebody tell me he's gonna try to play out and like he already got it good. Now try to weasel it back to I think they
Coach, I'm gonna put you on mute now. Your sound is terrible. All right, go ahead. Armani, your thought.
You just gave Jerome some material.
I mean, Brett, listen, if you need money to pay them people back, just say that. Just say that. Just say that. Through them, get that people money back. Listen, if all you had to say was Shannon, Pat, I need help. I need help giving these people their money back. Can I just get a donation, a $1 or $2 million donation, so I can help give these people their money back? I mean, I don't understand what you mad at them for. Defamation of character? Are you serious? Look at your character. You stealing from poor people.
That's crazy.
Straight fool.
I think the nerves, Charlie.
That's some nerve.
The music is too loud. Coach can't catch the beat. He's misspelled up.
Man, this is getting awful, dude. You can't talk trash if you keep misspelling your comments, bro.
Yeah. Brett Favre just committed a man law violation with that one for sure. All right, let's go on to the next topic. Coach, we're going to try to roll with you, man. Here we go. It's on you. Football Hall of Fame inductees. What's your thoughts, Coach? All right, we can't hear nothing you saying, Coach. Armani, Hall of Fame inductees.
You know, I like the class. You got Ronnie Barber, Reeves, Ware, you know, a few other guys. I mean, those guys are deserving. I don't have no problem with the Hall of Fame inductees, especially with Ronnie Barber and Reeves. I mean, those guys have shut down corners for a long time. Well, I don't know about Reeves when it came to Randy Moss. But anyway, yeah, I mean, good class. I agree with the class. They didn't give it to nobody that didn't deserve to get in. Every one of those guys deserve to get into Hall of Fame.
Red.
It's a great class. Headlined by Joe Thomas, Demarcus Ware, Darrell Rivas, and Rondé Barber. It was mostly defensive class. And like Armani said, all those guys deserving again. They were all great players in their day. Joe Thomas, I love you, Joe Thomas. I just hate you had to suffer through Cleveland Browns all those years you played in Cleveland. Didn't make one playoff game. Probably got 10 wins total in your whole career. Man, this goes to show you, Armani, what did I say? Don't have to. It don't matter if you're on a good team or whatnot. If you just play your position good, you can make the Hall of Fame. Joe Thomas, with all those sorry Cleveland Browns teams in the 2000s and early 2010s, dude made the Hall of Fame, first ballot. He played his position. He did his job. Didn't have no quarterback. Didn't really have no team or a coach. But good job, Joe. You came to work every day and did your job. I wish you had a quarterback to protect for all that good protection you gave, and you had no real quarterback to give it to. Man, Joe, Lord, why didn't you ever ask for a trade, man?
Yeah, look at the organization he was with, the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, but the fact that he made the Hall of Fame, I mean, he was that dominant at his position, even with all those sorry teams.
Yep.
All right, the music is loud. Coach, little break.
Nah,
she corrected
herself.
herself. I don't think Rondé Barber is cat material. Where's Joe Jacoby? O-line Redskins, he's more deserving.
He's telling your age, Maurice.
Coach is making partial payments. Not partial payments on the internet signal. Lord have mercy.
I need help, man.
Here you go, Coach. You ready for him?
Oh my goodness, man. He got you good, Coach. Y'all hard on that finger slip. Oh man, poor Coach. Coach, man. All right, man. We go.
My prayer.
It's skipping. You can hear you. It's skipping,
man.
I'm trying to see what's going
on. Man, you giving Jerome some life over there, Coach.
Yeah, I know. Him reading.
Yeah, we missed everything you just said, man. All right, just keep working on it. Last one. Love, this is Serene. Red, what's your thought?
Just more bitterness from a guy whose team lost to Nick Sirianni. Julian Love, dude, when you lose gracefully, okay? Talking about Nick Sirianni after he just kicked your team behind, I mean, makes you look like a sore loser. Makes you look better. Just accept the loss. Let Nick Sirianni do him. And you just worry about your Giants getting better next season. Why you worried about Nick over there? You got a coach and Brian Dable. Worry about him and helping your team get better next year. Don't worry about what's going on in Philly. They handling their business right now. Look, these athletes need to learn to lose and lose gracefully. Coming out talking trash after you just got beat is really absurd and ridiculous because you the one that sound foolish, not the team that win. I told you, this is what sports about. Winners and losers. And if you lose, shut up. You win, you can talk. You lost, Julian, so shut up and let Nick talk. He won.
Armani.
Yeah, I agree with everything Red said. I mean, dude, you lost. What you mad for? Hey, ain't no reason to badmouth anybody. Get out your feelings. You lost. Take your loss gracefully. Sit your double snakes at home. Enjoy the game. Because it ain't gonna be y'all. Enjoy the game.
All right, we got no coach, so we just got to leave it right there. See if anybody from Rebel Night Nation, nobody has anything to say.
So Miss Dana laughing her butt off. You know, she loving the comment.
All right, gentlemen. Let's see. In the words of Emmitt Smith, shut your mouth. All right. That's our installment on 5 on it. And now we move to what everybody wants to hear about NFL picks.
What that got?
Eagles versus Chiefs.
Got a game this week?
They
Hey.
I mean, that shows you what kind of week the NBA had
Yeah.
to really outshine
The Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And all that. I mean,
Yeah.
because this is not a starless Super Bowl.
No.
Patrick Mahomes is your MVP, arguably the biggest star in the game. Philadelphia is one of your bigger football markets, one of the most passionate fan bases. You got the story where the old coach goes against his old team, and they had to so it got all kind of stories. Jalen Hurts, was second or third in the MVP ballot.
Two black quarterbacks.
Two black quarterbacks to break history, and you got all these stories.
There's some good stuff.
And it took a back seat to all that the NBA had to offer.
We had been talking about no Super Bowl week stuff, no interviews, no Super Bowl, none of that. Super Bowl live, none of it. No, I just show up because what Marshawn Lynch say. I came because they
pretend not to get fined.
Yeah, I just come out to get fined. We ain't heard none of that. No comments this week, man. I know they've been talking to him. It's just nothing has overshadowed these NBA trades this week. Man, they let you know. The NBA said they getting tired of the NFL. They tired of taking the back seat to the NFL. So we're going to wait till Super Bowl week to drop our biggest bomb. And they have it because fans are definitely looking forward to the second half of the NBA season. Super Bowl will be over with in 2 days. Man, I tell you, NBA is taking a step up.
It's crazy. Coach Jerome had one more for you.
I saw it.
We know prayer changes things, but that signals.
Yeah, boy. I'm good. Hey, Rev. Rev.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Is he the only preacher that you know that goes to the pulpit with a dictionary and a Bible? I just need to know. All I need to know.
Y'all are
You say he comes to the pulpit with a dictionary. He's stupid, man. She said y'all haven't watched all of it. I mean, they have not really highlighted any of it, to be honest. I mean,
unless you watch the NFL Network.
Yeah. Unless you just and I know she probably is watching it a lot more attentively than the average fan because her team is in it. But there really been no sound bites. I mean, even the interview that I think they had with Mahomes and Hurts together. Mark,
they did? I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah. I saw a small clip of it. But I mean, when you get the likes of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and then LeBron. I mean, LeBron breaking the record this week.
Yeah, that's what really LeBron broke the record. Then the big trades happened.
Because I mean, LeBron is arguably biggest name than anybody in sports.
In the NFL, definitely. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the biggest star in the NFL, and he is nowhere near LeBron's
status. She said we missed out.
Don't worry, Miss Dana. We'll be watching the game now.
Everybody be tuning in Sunday. What he said, I'm sure the NFL office is taking notes of this week. The NFL has dropped the ball. And really the NFL has extended itself because normally the season is over.
Tomorrow they're going to have them 4 hours of talking about personal stories and how this came about and all this analysis. They're going to fill it up. But if I'm y'all, they were talking about the prop bets. They said one of the prop bets is what song Rihanna going to sing first. I said, good Lord, somebody bets on that?
Yeah, they bet on everything.
Oh, yeah, prop bets.
What the coin toss is going to be, who's going to score the first touchdown, I mean, they do everything for the NFL. And I'd be seeing stuff like when I go to some Super Bowl party, especially when I lived in Atlanta, Man, they have folk betting on everything. I mean, in front of the television, they got pools of money just trying to find something to bet on. You know, if
Yeah.
such gonna get a first down, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, all those non-sports fans trying to come over your house with silly prop bets. Don't know nothing about the game. Ain't watched football all season long. Want to come over there and try to take over. You better sit down. This is my party. I am taking over. Now give me the prop bet sheet. I take it from a ref. I start passing it out. Ain't gonna have no non-sports fans controlling my Super Bowl party.
For sure, for sure. All right, gentlemen, now let's get to the nuts and bolts of what we got to do here. Eagles versus Chiefs, Super Bowl picks. We know that there's no contention about records because that's already done with. I won't tell y'all who won the NFL picks. Won't tell y'all. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. But we're gonna start with Armani, who brought up the rear in the NFL picks. We're gonna the last shall be first today. All right, that's the Bible right there. The last shall be first. Armani, tell us who you got and why.
Okay, so if I'm thinking with my brain, the Chiefs, they have the better quarterback. And they have about the same number of stars and gunpowder on offense and defense. So my brain is telling me the Chiefs are going to win. But because of Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith's ties to my college football team, I want those guys to win badly. So I'm gonna say the Eagles. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say the Eagles. Eagles.
Because of your Alabama ties, what about the actual game is going to cause them to win?
I mean, honestly, the defense, the pass rush is going. I mean, if they can get after Patrick Mahomes, exploit his weakness, which is he's not going to be able to run much. I don't think on that ankle. So I mean, they're going to have to. They're going that defensive line is stout. I think that if you can just get to Patrick Mahomes, do what Tampa Bay did in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and don't let Kelsey kill you over the middle. You got a chance. Don't try and double anybody. Don't try to. You can't really. So get pressure on Patrick Mahomes. That's what I would do.
All right, Coach, I'm coming to you, and Jerome has something for you. Coach is still trying to use one of those free net zero.
I mean, we talk about the Super Bowl. He's still trying to come back because he feels slighted. Google is your friend. Stop feeling it's okay. We talk about the Super Bowl.
All right. Go before you start. I'll talk. The eagle is God's bread. There you go. That's
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Bread. What is a bread? Come on, man. See this stuff writes itself.
I think he did that one on. I hope he did that one on purpose.
Oh man,
he probably tried to use 2 fingers and messed up.
Oh Lord! All right, Coach. Sister Dana said, "Who will stop all the power on our D line?" We'll talk about that in just a minute. Coach, who you got, man? Who you got to win in this game?
Ooh. This is the one that's going to be tough to call because what Sister Dana just said, the Eagles got a defensive line. Now, what's going to be difficult to understand or hard to figure, who going to catch the ball for Patrick Mahomes? Are all his receivers healthy? We know Kelsey is there, and I think Valdez Scantling is there, but, you got all those other guys running around. And on the other side, you got Hurts and Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. But here's the thing. I just want to look at Mahomes. Been there, done that. Jalen Hurts. Getting the experience.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. be funny. We just sat there, just waiting for him to come back.
All right, Coach, man, you doing the mannequin challenge right now. Red, all right, tell us who's winning. I know who you're going for, but tell us why they winning.
Well, I was, but it seemed like, man, really, like everybody jumping on one bandwagon, trying to leave you out here on the island. I might have to come through and save you, man. I think I might. I think I might come through and save you, real. I think I'm gonna pull for greatness. I was gonna pull for the underdog, for Team Green, for the pure black quarterback, not the biracial black quarterback.
Gosh.
but
Dang.
my bad, y'all. My bad, I'm buddy. I hope that was a low blow. My bad, Pat Mahomes. Yo, Brittany just does something to me. She talks so much trash, man.
Yeah,
That
she
was more
does,
exciting,
his wife
Brittany
does.
Mahomes. But I think I'm gonna ride with real, man. I think I'm gonna go for greatness. Go for Mahomes getting his second ring. I mean, I know he's a little injured, but hey, the man balled out last week versus Cincy. They talked so much trash, and his team came out and balled. And don't forget now, y'all talking about the Eagles' defensive line. Don't forget who was second in sacks in the NFL. Now, the Eagles might have had 70-something sacks, but the Chiefs had 60-something sacks. So their defensive line is just as ferocious. So I guess the game is gonna come down to what defense can get more pressure on which quarterback. And in the end, which quarterback can survive the defense. Mahomes has got a challenge for him because those Eagles defenders aren't no joke. Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, I mean, those guys on that D-line are going to be coming at him. But Mahomes ain't no rookie. He's faced top defenses before, and he's survived top defenses before. So, hey, this is the Super Bowl. The man already lost one Super Bowl. I don't think he want that losing feeling again. Not this soon, anyway. He is the man. He is going to put his team on his back. Travis Kelce is going to be ready. I love you, Miss Dana. I'm sorry, Miss Dana. But I'm going with Rev, and it's going to be 2 rings for Mahomes. He's going to make up for that loss to Tampa Bay. This guy is a dog. He proved it last week. He's going to prove it again. It's going to be Pat Mahomes. It's going to be Big Red, Travis Kelce, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. That'll take a little pressure off Rev. But those Eagle fans gonna be pretty mad next week, Rev, when they get to church. So, boy, I'm praying for Rev to survive this blowback or the aftermath of the game next week. But I think he'll be okay. He's done some good things up in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. They'll eventually get over it because they got plenty of good things to look for in their sports world. You got Phillies, you got the Sixers. Y'all will be able to survive. But the Chiefs are coming to play, and the Eagles just going to come up one game short. But you had a good season. 34-24. They're going to get them by 10. 34-24.
Oh, man, you gave him 10 points. Okay, Coach.
Red, I got your title for your sermon already.
What's that?
When your best wasn't good enough.
Okay.
Coach, who did you decide?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs just barely because I just don't Hurts has never experienced that kind of all-around pressure. He may be able to come through, but it's a coin flip to me. I'm just going to go with the Chiefs because just Mahomes is that kind of magician that does things that you don't expect him to do. And if the Eagles can't get to him, they're in trouble. And they might, but they're in trouble. I'm going to go Chiefs 34-31.
I just hope that Jalen Hurts learned from his last championship game when he got benched. But anyway.
So this is what we got to understand.
Uh-oh.
The NFL is a game of quarterbacks.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the playoffs so far.
Correct.
Typically, every game that has been won by the team that has the better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's just think about it. Maybe Brock Purdy was playing better than Dak, and that's why.
Dak sucked. Brock Purdy was better than him.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot look at what the Buccaneers did to the Chiefs because that's when the Chiefs were down 3 offensive linemen. And now the Chiefs have arguably one of the best offensive lines in the league. So they
Checked them
addressed
last week.
the O-line, they addressed the depth of the O-line. The major question is, how healthy is Patrick Mahomes? I would think that he's even healthier because he had 2 weeks to recover. We saw him in just 6 days after he hurt his ankle. So I would like to believe an extra week of treatment is going to do the body good. The bottom line is Jalen Hurts is not in the same zip code, area code as Patrick Mahomes. The bottom line is he struggled even when the San Francisco 49ers had their backup quarterback. And if it weren't for that fumble, the game would have still been close. This man is going to have to put up points with Patrick Mahomes. If y'all think that the Eagles defense is just going to stifle the Kansas City Chiefs offense, y'all sick. Because if Dak Prescott put 30 and 40 up on y'all, what can Patrick Mahomes do? I mean, let's be reasonable here. You know, let's be reasonable here. You know, I think the Eagles fans have literally thought that this is like an easy game for them. I mean, I'm walking around town. I was in Philly yesterday. I went to a place. Where did I go? I was in Thorndale yesterday, and I mean, they talking like this thing is already sold up. Matter of fact, I was coming out the Sixers game. One person already printed out Super Bowl champion shirts that they were selling for $20, and they must not have heard about a guy named Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on, man. And Patrick Mahomes is fueled by being embarrassed the last time he went to the Super Bowl. He has taken that to heart. Don't think Patrick Mahomes wasn't fueled by, they call it a Burrowhead, when Joe Burrow had beat him 3 times. Like, Patrick Mahomes listens to that stuff.
That was the wrong thing to say.
He's that dude that you don't want to get riled up.
He quiet with it, Rev. He quiet with
it, man. He's quiet with it, and I just don't see Jalen Hurts being able to play point for point, possession for possession with the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And this is why the Eagles will come up short. I'm going to see a lot of sadness. The one thing I learned when the Phillies made the World Series, once the Phillies lost, I ain't seen nothing red in a long time. So I guess I'm going to be free from green next week because I ain't going to see much green next week once the Kansas City Chiefs win this championship. And here's the last thing I'm going to say. We know we got a lot of young and up-and-coming quarterbacks. Joe Burrow, Allen, your boy in San Diego, Herbert, and so forth, so on. Patrick Mahomes knows if he wins this game, 2 Super Bowls will clearly separate him from the pack. 2 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs. That's extra motivation for that dude. And let's not forget, Andy Reid has an axe to grind with the Philadelphia Eagles because they fired him. And let's remember, Sirianni has been coaching like he's playing PlayStation at times. Goes for a lot of 4th downs and so forth and so on. And his team was better than most teams, and he could do stuff like that. But you mess around, go 4th and 1 and 4th and 2 and give Patrick Mahomes a short field. See what's going to happen. See what's going to happen.
Ultimate destruction.
See what's going to happen. Because he's been getting away with that stuff because they have not played great quarterbacks. They played one quarterback and he wasn't himself this year, and that was Aaron Rodgers. Everybody else, who did they really play?
NFC don't really have any
exactly
dominant quarterbacks.
Exactly. You can get away doing that against Dak and who was the quarterback for the Commanders and the backup quarterback for the Cowboys.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. But you cannot do that against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, man, that's a whole nother ballgame. Now, remind Jerome what he said, because if by chance the Chiefs lose, I won't hear nothing about no curse, because he said I'm at that prayer service on Monday. So he's saying the Chiefs going to win. So I don't want to hear him talking about Rev is a curse when if the Chiefs lose. But anyway, I think it's just going to be a welcome to what real quarterback looks like.
Oh yeah. Okay, Jerome. Yeah, you just said that you gang up. You giving up your trash talking now. If you gonna let Real, if you gonna support Real with the Chiefs, I thought you'd be against them. Case. Case.
Armani,
You
aren't
don't mess up now.
Huh?
Is Armani the only one with the Eagles? Well, Armani, you may have bragging rights if they win.
It's just an emotion. I mean, it's not a logical pick. It's an emotional pick. So I mean, I wouldn't put much stock into it.
Now he said
we gonna keep.
and Maurice Thor says they have the better O-line. They have a trio of running backs who can do some damage. That's great. But the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the Jordan of this era of football.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just put it where it is.
Yep.
The man has been in the AFC Championship game every year he's been a starter. Third Super Bowl in 5 years. I mean, the dude is a monster, man. And if Jalen Hurts somehow plays well and the Eagles win the game, I'll give him his props.
Yeah,
I will admit that, I was wrong in terms of him being a starter. I don't think the Eagles will win because Jalen Hurts had a great game. If they win, I think their defense would have been dominant.
And people,
I don't think he can go point for point, possession for possession with Patrick Mahomes.
Honestly, Rev, I think the Eagles they're gonna have to knock him out. If they don't knock him out the game, it's a wrap. If he play 4 quarters, he gonna handle business. I just don't see. This is the game he been wanting to get to. This is the game he's seeking revenge from that loss. Most quarterbacks don't like losing Super Bowls. And this kid right here, like you say, he's Brady. Once Brady retired. So Pat Mahomes is Brady going in the next season. So unless the Eagles knock him out the game, if Patrick Mahomes play 4 quarters, it's gonna be over because that dude is gonna make some plays. He's gonna make plays. Travis gonna make plays. You're not gonna look up at the scoreboard 3rd quarter and see 0 points from the Chiefs or 7 points. Like you say, Eagles, y'all gonna have to score some points because Pat gonna score some points. Travis gonna be there. I don't know. One of them receivers gonna step up. That's thing real. We don't know who it is. One of those receivers gonna step up like that running back stepped up when they won that first Super Bowl. One of these unnamed receivers who we not thinking about right now. You're gonna be like, where did he come from?
The Juju got 1 million reasons to step up tomorrow.
Juju, yeah.
I just read. If he plays 50% of the snaps in the Super Bowl, he gets $1 million bonus.
I'm like Denzel Washington with Juju. That disloyal.
When I tell you what, man, it's gonna be personal. If I'm Andy Reid, I'm taking the playbook from Bieniemy. I'm calling this game, bro.
He already took it from him.
I'm sorry. I love you, Eric, but no, this is gonna be because it's personal. I mean, they fired Andy Reid I don't think he deserved to be fired from that organization, but this is personal. So I mean,
he already took the playbook from him.
All the stops will be made. Ain't gonna be no Eric Bieniemy, Patrick Mahomes arguing on this. Ain't gonna be none of that.
Mm-mm. But here's the thing. Where's he did it all without Tyreek Hill. They thought it was gonna take a collapse without Tyreek Hill.
That was the impressive feat right there because everybody's like
Mahomes changed his game. He said, "Okay, y'all want to take the deep ball from me? I'll just throw it into the flats.
I can dink and dunk.
I can dink and dunk all day long, and then just have the occasional run, and then hit you with the big play. And then he's mobile enough to get you a few yards. I mean, he is definitely hard to stop, and he has motivation. Andy Reid, has motivation, and I think the Eagles fans are just taking this Kansas City Chiefs team too lightly, man. Like they acting like Kirk Cousins is the quarterback over there.
They listening to Jalen Hurts speeches, man. They listening to too many speeches.
Yeah, man. It's like before you, I had a purpose before you had an opinion. Preach, Jalen. Preach. I mean, that sounds good in church, but it ain't gonna put no points on the board.
We got a pot to piss in or what are they throwing out of? Ain't no oozes made at all. I mean, where all these speeches coming from, Jalen? Well, he got more speeches and motivational excerpts than anything.
And see, my biggest issue is I seen that man literally fold in a championship game.
Oh, Alabama.
I seen the man do it, man. I seen the man get yanked, and
I'm sorry, Rev. I don't mean to cut you off. And then we get flack. Oh, well, y'all can't claim Jalen Hurts because listen, if Jalen Hurts had to stay in the game, this would be Kirby Smart's third championship. If he had to stay in the game. So let's cut that out. If he had to stay in the game, we would have lost. Period.
But I'm just looking at Mahomes. When I saw this boy getting the shotgun, get the ball, look straight toward the camera, and throw a no-look pass, I was done. That's it for me. I don't need to see nothing else. When he throw a no-look pass for a first down, I'm like, come on, man, that ain't supposed to happen. You got to look your receiver down. He didn't even look the receiver down and threw a 15, 20-yard pass. I said, come on, man. Underhand, behind the back, between his legs, on his toes, sitting down, he threw a pass. Come on, man.
I wish we had a quarterback like that. But
Well, I'm going to say this. As we get ready to bring this to a close, I think the first quarter will tell us a lot about how the game is going to go. If the Eagles get down early,
it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
No.
Stick it forward. The Eagles will have to control the offensive line. Their running game is going to have to be at its peak because I just don't see Jalen Hurts being able to pick the Kansas City Chiefs defense apart. Also, it's going to be interesting to see how his running, if it will be compromised or not because he's hurt or, the extent of his injury. But the Eagles need to be in front in order for this to be a game. They go down 2 touchdowns or so, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
That's what you want. I hope nobody gets hurt. I hope it's a clean game all the way through. Nobody gets hurt. Best man wins. That's what I want to see. Best man win.
Well, if that's the case, Chiefs gonna win.
Well, I don't think KD is gonna be nowhere near the game, coach. So I don't know about the best man.
All right, man. Let's shift gears, man. Let's get ready to put a bow on this show. Thank y'all, Revenant Nation, for blessing us with your comments. Jerome and Coach, classic, going back and forth, good fun as always.
We got one more comment for you, Real.
Oh, we got one more.
I think Jerome do. We talking about Hurts.
Oh, he said, wait, Hurts was a college kid. When he got pulled, you can't hang that over his head after his years in the NFL.
It's a big moment. The point is, it's a big moment.
It's a big moment, man. He ain't played in no big championship game.
Since then, he ain't played. Yeah, since then.
Yeah, he done walked through. I mean, they didn't have no points of contention in either one of their playoff games. Come on, bro. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
What's up, Coach?
You and Armani just said what y'all just say. It's a big moment, right?
Yeah.
Like when he first learned to use a computer.
Stupid, man. All right, who has the right to do what, when, where, how? Who wants at it first?
South Carolina and LSU. You got the stage tomorrow. The two number 1 and number 3 teams in the country, both are undefeated. You got the right to give us a precursor to what could be the national championship game playing tomorrow before the Super Bowl. Give us a good game. No blowouts. Make it a good game. Hope your team win, Vince.
Who wants at it? Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Pat McPhee And Shannon Sharp, y'all have the right to donate to Brett Favre. Just help him out. He needs it. I mean, he's suing y'all. You ain't even got to give him the foot. Just give him $1 million so he can give the people their money back. Because I mean, that again, this is what this is about. He ain't got the money to give it back, which is why he started doing it to begin with. So he's trying to get y'all for defamation. Just y'all have the right just to donate, give the people their money back. That's it.
Red, who has the right to what, when, where, how?
The Fox show Speak. You got the right to get rid of Joy Taylor. I'm sorry.
Dog, Red. Why?
Sorry. She get over it. She just irritating. Lord have her. She
You said Joy Taylor?
Joy Taylor.
Oh no,
Tired of listening to her. I can watch her. I can look at her, but I don't like to hear her.
What's wrong with her commentary, Red?
It gets on my nerves. But I see now why Skip got rid of her and then Colin got rid of her. And now she on the show when she can just run her mouth all day long. I bet she just love that. And them guys, they ain't got the balls to tell her, enough, Joy. Jeez, can I get a word in? But hey, I don't watch the show, but I'm just saying, Lord have mercy. Lord, I bet she used to drive Earl Watson crazy, man.
Too busy
Red, you going in on Joy Taylor, man.
She's a beautiful woman, Joy. I like you. I love to look at you. I just don't like listening to you.
Oh, man. All right. Pat Mahomes, you my boy.
Uh-oh.
I need you to shut this Jerome Case curse up for good so he can't never send another post my way. I need you to tell everybody that you are the man through your play, and I need you to vindicate my pulling for you. In the midst of Eagles Nation, I'm up here risking the offering plate for you, Mahomes. So I need you to do your thing tomorrow. Show yourself mighty, show yourself strong as an NFL quarterback. All right.
Well, Red, they gonna have you go out to the bank, take it out alone. To get that offering plate back up.
Well, Rev, your dinner is covered for one day next week, so don't worry.
Got to ask this question: who got the most to lose tomorrow?
Ooh,
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Oh, you think? I think he'll still get his contract. You don't think he'll get his contract with a loss?
I think it won't be as high. I think the check would be blank if he wins.
Right.
The check.
Now, does this fit the progress of black quarterbacks and the style that a lot of black quarterbacks play in? Would that set them back with a loss by Jalen Hurts, or would Patrick Mahomes play? Or has the black quarterback play been sufficient enough to just keep the process going and have more black quarterbacks coming in the NFL? I agree. Keep it going.
I think there's that
I agree, Armani.
I think that conversation is kind of nuanced because I think with the Super Bowl, we're seeing the difference between the play of black quarterbacks. For instance, we look at Mahomes more pocket first than run first.
Right.
We look at Hurts more run first than pocket first. So I think the running quarterbacks market can be hurt. And I think it's already showing that it's hurt because of how Lamar Jackson is being treated. Because he's more so a quarterback. We see that they had no problem in Kansas City giving Mahomes his money because Mahomes is more pocket first. He can run if he has to. So I think Jalen Hurts needs to win to be able to just put whatever number he wants. I think the questions about him and how great he is will really start being manifested if he loses. I think the Philadelphia fans will be careful about wanting him to get the big bag because it's one thing to win and get the bag. You'll say it's justified. If you lose, he gets the big bag and then they lose players in the process.
Might be the next Jerry Goff.
Exactly.
Winning the Super Bowl buys you anything you want, pretty much.
Armani, let me ask you this. Now, since it's been a couple of days and you probably seen probably heard some different comments since then. Where are you standing on Lamar Jackson? Are you still want to go ahead and make that deal? Or should we be careful with our draft picks and careful with our salary cap? Where you stand on that as of now?
I'll say this. Atlanta, Arthur Smith doesn't have time is not on his side. So with him being non-committal to Desmond Ridder, I think they need to go ahead. If Lamar Jackson, all right, if you don't want to pay him all that money, fine, cool. Just let him stay where he at. But you need to go get your quarterback. We need to stop messing around trying to put paperclip and bubble gum together with this quarterback situation. You're already non-committal to Desmond Ridder. You already there. You couldn't commit to him.
Well, I think it's tough to commit after just 4 games, but I think they should be committed to giving him a chance. Now, when you say committed to like he's our starter with nobody challenging him, right? I don't think you can commit like that, but I think they are committed to giving him a chance.
Yeah, but the thing is, Red, if again, Arthur Smith doesn't have another losing season left in him.
No, you're right. If he lose this year, he out of here. So
what I'm saying is,
he may have made his bed.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, am I going to let a 3rd round pick get me fired, or am I going to go out swinging for the fences to say, okay, I had a chance to get my quarterback that can buy me 2 more seasons at least. And
if you think CJ Stroud, now if he draft a rookie quarterback thinking that's gonna buy him 2 more seasons, I say just stick with Ridder.
It is because the talent level of a Stroud or a Bryce Young is much higher than a Desmond Ridder. The talent level.
All right, we won't do this today, man. Y'all are not going to talk about the Falcons on Super Bowl.
Okay. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up later. Yeah, I thought it was a short something, but
y'all are not going to do that, man. We'll talk about teams that's playing tomorrow. Y'all will not end the show with the Falcons. I mean,
that's fair, real. That's fair.
Get a Falcons report, then I know Coach ready to give his Steelers report about who to look at in spring training and all that, man. Y'all will not do that.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. No rise up today, y'all.
Not at all. We're going to cover up the Chiefs and the Eagles, the 2 teams that are playing. I want to apologize to Revenite Nation for Armani and Red wasting you all's time talking about a team that will not touch the field until about another 9 months.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's a habit, man.
To you all for them wasting your time. And I want to applaud you all for not allowing the viewership to go to 0 after they started talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Rev. You ain't going to talk about my team. You from here now. Come on now.
With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach and our contributor, Armani. Please, again, forgive us for ending the show on a non-relevant note, talking about a team that's not relevant right now. But nevertheless, y'all enjoy the Super Bowl. Be safe. Y'all had some great, you have the right. Y'all took some shots at me and Coach and all of that good stuff. That was great. And y'all be back next Saturday. We'll talk about a recap or talk the recap of the Super Bowl. We're going to see if Miss Dana shows up. If she doesn't show up, Rev will be in the house to let y'all know what Shelby.
Don't be like Shelby.
Hey, you better get off my girl Shelby now. That's sports based.
All right, everybody.
I hope Joy Taylor don't send her security people after me.
Thank y'all so much for watching episode 269. We're back for 270.
I got your back, Earl Watson. I got your back, man.
Peace and love, everybody. We out of here. Deuces.